Okay. Um, this health crisis is something very abnormal. We haven't really seen something like this. You call it a pandemic, I call it a disaster. Absolutely. We have seen this. The lockdown is being extended. India, it's coming right now. India is in 7th or 8th position when it comes to COVID-19 affected patients. United States is number one. It's going to go on and on and on. The health crisis is very crucial at the moment. We all are going through a very tough time. But I thought this session should be very much informative. When I say informative, we need to come across different personalities who are actually working to mitigate the losses, to mitigate the disaster, to bring people who are most vulnerable in this situation, to bring them out of this situation. At the same time, it is also nice to speak to someone who is currently going through this not so good situation of being infected by the disease. So my first guest, we'll be having two sessions. The first session, and then there'll be a 5 minutes break, and then we'll be switching towards the next guest. My first guest is Anjali Damania. She's a well-known activist in India. She is a politician. She was a part of AAP. Sorry, I forgot the full form, but AAP, we all know it as AAP. It's a great party. She has a very important role in normalizing situations. She's one person, I know her personally, she's one person who is very calm, very composed, and at the same time, she can voice her opinions, and she has been instrumental in this situation, in these crises, where she's really working hard. She's doing so many things like, she has her own initiatives that she has put forward. She is a humanitarian. And right now she has started this initiative called Shidori. Now she'll explain to us what Shidori is all about. Anjali, I can see you, but can you just send me a request so that I can, it can help me to join you. Okay, so she has started this initiative called Shidori. It is to provide meals to the migrants who are leaving Mumbai. This is one thing which we have seen right now, that a lot of people are going back to their towns and God knows which all remote areas they belong to. And they are not even getting food, they're not even getting water, they're not getting basic amenities. People have died because of dehydration in all this, And Shidori is such a beautiful initiative by Anjali Damania. She's going to tell us further. Again, as I said, that one of the most important objectives behind this session is for all of us to get to know how people like Anjali Damania are executing such plans, to normalize the situation, to bring everything under control, and more about how to control this hullabaloo that has been created, amongst all of us. This is how this session is intended, to get to know about how the situation has to be controlled. And for that, I need Anjali Damania with me. Would you just send me a request? No, I haven't got your request. No. Wait. It's going to be a nice session. Informative. Hi, Anjali.
Hi.
Welcome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you doing?
Good, absolutely fine. Just coping up with boredom now, because for the last 2 days we have stopped our activities, and then it's killing to kind of sit at home and just do nothing. For last 2 days I have not been doing anything.
Most of our viewers will agree. I will agree on this. And what better to provide information to these people who are actually just like us, sitting home, who are getting bored. We don't know what is going on outside, in the outside world. So thanks a lot for being here, for allowing us to have you. So Anjali, can you tell us about what this Shidori initiative is all about?
Yeah, Rohan, actually we have done 2 initiatives in this COVID crisis. The first one was actually an initiative of supplying PPE kits and N95 masks. So we started with that. Actually, on 25th of March, some of my ex-colleagues of India Against Corruption called me and they said, look, the crisis is so huge, let's do something about it. I said, yeah, very much. It's very weighing on my mind, and we should do something about it. So all of us who were in India Against Corruption, we got together, and then we said, in the next 5 days, let's properly plan it out on how we want to execute the whole thing. So what we did is we got together under my registered charitable trust called Voice of Indian Taxpayer, and we made an initiative called Health Warriors. Okay, Health Warriors was basically done because we had heard all those stories from Italy and France, and that PPE kits were not available and doctors just couldn't enter the wards without them. So we thought, let's do something and let's try and give the doctors, because we were damn sure that the government hospitals would not get the required PPEs. So what we did was we first made a whole structure, an organizational structure, where we had a calling team. We thought the best way to go about collecting funds is the word called crowdfunding. So we decided, let's get money from people and then acquire these PPE kits and send it off to various hospitals. So we had one team which was attending to the donors. There was one team which we set up for calling the hospitals. Then I personally spoke to practically all the director of DHS. So there are 4 types of hospitals. I mean, even I was not aware of all this. When I got into it, I came to know that there is something called as DHS, which is Directorate of Health Services. Then there is a second set of hospitals called DMER. There is a third set of hospitals called ESIS, and a fourth set of hospitals which falls under BMC, or municipal corporations in general. So there are 26 municipal corporations in Maharashtra. So all the hospitals coming under that. So first what we did was we made our base. So we spoke to all the hospitals on what they see, how many patients are likely, then a calling number, a person whom we could contact on daily basis to get the inputs. So all this was done nicely and neatly. Then what we did is we spoke to the top bosses of, I don't know whether the people would know. I basically am an anti-corruption activist. So people in Maharashtra do know me because of the nonsense that I've done in all these days. So some of these bureaucrats happen to know me. That's the reason I could easily connect with all of them. I spoke to MD Hafkin. I spoke to the Health Secretary of Maharashtra. I spoke to the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra. And all of them were nice enough to help us out. So what we did was we used to call the hospitals on a daily basis. And they used to say, today we have 25 patients or 30 patients, and this is what we need.
Anjali, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think there is a network issue. Can you see me clearly, or can you?
Yeah, I can see you very clearly.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
So, so what we did was we used to call these hospitals. They used to tell us their requirement, and one by one we used to cater to all of them. Eventually, and all this I used to share on the Facebook. It was not basically to show off the kind of work that we are doing. It was, I had my, what we say called Swartha in Marathi, that we wanted more and more people to donate. So once they see that we are in doing good work, that probably, helps them gather because what happens is everybody feels that we should donate, but they're not sure what to do, where to donate. Some of them had given for PM Care Fund, some for CM Fund. Some of them, thought the money is not utilized properly. So basically, I wanted to be absolutely transparent. So what we did was, on our website itself, we used to display the total donations, the total expenditure regularly. Means it's absolutely transparent. Every donor would know where every single farthing of the collection was spent. So overall, we sent PPE kits and N95 masks to about 32 hospitals across 16 districts.
Wow.
And not just that, we then thought the next step would be, we heard
Um, Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
Very sorry, but yeah, yeah. Anjali, sorry. Let's continue.
no, that's fine. So then we thought the next thing was, we heard a lot of these stories where police personals were, they had contracted COVID, and that was really, really sad because each time we heard that, we used to think, it is such a difficult phase for them, their families. So I spoke to Joint CP Mumbai, I just spoke to Joint CP Pune and asked them if they have these masks with them. So they said, Madam, we are in a huge shortfall. So if you can give us, that will be nice. So what we did was we looked at it. There is a chart which BMC used to send out, on a daily basis, where all these critical areas were marked in Mumbai as well as in Pune. So we spoke to all the additional collectors across all those critical areas, and we sent N95 masks for those critical areas. So the
Amazing.
police person working in there were getting the N95, and the rest of them who were in the normal check post would get the 3-ply mask, which was again proper 3-ply mask with a
Yeah.
nose pin. So we sent almost 70,000 masks to Pune alone, and almost double the amount to Mumbai police. So
Okay.
after all this was on for almost 50 days, we thought, there were these migrant stories that were coming across, and that migrants were walking it up to their villages, and looking at their plight, we were really, really disturbed. I mean, I'm a person who does all my work on my emotions, because, as we all say that, जगतात तर सगळेच, पण त्या जगण्याला काही अर्थ असायला हवा. So which is where I thought, let's do something for these migrants. And just around that time, the Shramik trains were initiated by the government. And
Trains,
Rohan, yeah, the Shramik trains were, I don't know, I shouldn't be saying this, but it was a disaster because people were traveling for 5 days and they were not getting any food. So, which is where we launched this mission called Mission Shidori.
Shidori.
Okay, and Mission Shidori is a typical Marathi word which actually means, you give something to a person who's traveling a long distance. So that food that you give the person who is traveling a distance is called a Shidori.
Shidori.
So, yeah. So that's where we started Mission Shidori. So what we wanted to tell all these migrants from UP, Bihar, that Maharashtra really loves you. We care for you, and we want to see you back and soon enough. But for your way to Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, this is small food packet with love from Maharashtra. So we started this mission, and trust me, I had huge amount of friends. Let me just share a few names with you. So I think you guys must be knowing Vishal Dadlani, who is a music composer. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Vishal Shekhar. Yeah.
Yes. So Vishal, out of the Vishal Shekhar, he donated about 3 lakh rupees. Yes. So he donated 3 lakh rupees. There was this Mandira Bedi, who is again a fitness freak and an actress. Yes. So she donated 1 lakh of rupees. And I have a very close friend called Nikita Gupta. She and her husband, they are not actually a business class people. They are salaried class. And yet the two of them donated 8,15,000 rupees. And that was so sweet, I'll tell you. So initially they donated 65,000 for PPE kits. Then they gave another 6.5 lakh, and then they gave another lakh of rupees. So, I mean, there are such good people that exist, so which makes us feel that, humanity is not dead. There are people who are still nice and who care for even the poorest of the poor.
Absolutely. And Anjali, I would like to mention that there are people, as you said, who care about other people, who care about other people in such situations, and you get to know humanity in such situations. And I'm so happy that I know you, because you are one of those people, you're a pioneer who has started an initiative like this, who is not just being humanitarian to show it off, but who is
Yeah.
actually executing these qualities and that those emotions, as you said, that I'm a very emotional person, who is actually doing something on the field. And then we have people like these who have donated lakhs of rupees, who have donated really good amount of money, considering. And these migrants, let me tell you, everyone, that these migrants, we all have this habit of criticizing them, of calling them UP Bihar ke log, of calling them North Indians. But most of our work over here, it happens only because of them. It is they're the foundation. They're the foundation, the basics, all the foundation is laid down by these people, these workers, these migrants, poor people who come. And what a great initiative by Shidori. So what exactly was provided? What kind of meals were provided? I read that, you were so keen that everyone should get nutritious food. Everyone should get food
Yeah.
which is good, which is nutritious, which is sumptuous. So what all did you provide?
Sure. So, Rohan, what happened was the collector office had made a very nice team with BNC, and those guys used to give a packet of khichdi, one bottle of water, a face mask, and a small bottle of hand sanitizer. So I thought
Okay.
that was a very thoughtful thing that they did, and which was good. But after 2 or 3 days, we realized that the khichdi that was given by the collector was lasting them about 5-6 hours, and beyond that, they were not getting anything, because most of the stations were only in the night time, and though they were parking the train there for almost 3 to 5 hours, there was not a single shop open on the stations, because of which they were not able to get any food at all on any
Oh,
given
oh,
station. So
oh,
some of
oh.
them, we've heard all these stories where a lot of migrants have lost their life. So which is where we thought, let's give something which will help them sustain a little longer. So what we did was we made this shidori of 150 grams of khara chana, about 5 to 6 khajur, 2 to 3 theplas, and 2 packets of biscuits and 1 bottle of water. And
Okay.
with that, we gave a sachet of 21 grams of ORS. So basically, what we thought was that will take care of their
Sorry.
sugar.
21,
Yeah,
21 grams of
ORS. ORS is
ORS.
like
Okay.
that electrol
Electron. Yeah,
powder,
yeah, yeah,
which
yeah,
will
yeah.
basically keep their electrolytes balanced so that they don't get
Yes, yes,
dehydrated.
yes.
Yeah.
Dehydrated.
So
Yeah.
so they did know what an ORS packet was. So to each and every person, we had to tell them that इसको पानी में डालना, दवा है ये, इससे ताकत बढ़ेगा. So बोल के we were actually really getting tired out, but that was required. So some of the police personnel standing there, they used to announce it on mic so that we don't have to say that to every single person. And Rohan, what we did with this is that we basically wanted to ensure that their sugar, their salt, because those are the two most important things that are required.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
chana gives them a lot of energy. So, which is where we thought khajur, chana, if they pop in a little bit of chana and they have some water on that, that pushes them for the next 2 to 3 hours. So,
I know.
what we could do is something which we have done. I don't know, we should have done much more, but that's all we could afford at that stage.
Well, this is a great initiative, as I said. And, guys, I would like to tell you all that we are very fortunate. We're sitting home, we're getting food. Probably not as easy as we used to get earlier, but we have been provided food. We are cooking food. We crib a lot about that. We have to do all household chores and everything. But see these people who are not even getting that amount of food which is required to sustain, which is required for us to breathe, that kind of
Yeah,
food. And
yeah,
this is where we get to know how much it is important, these basic necessities, and then we focus on these words like electrolytes, sugar. These are the basic components that are necessary for our body to run. And it is very thoughtful of Anjali, of other people in her group, and I'm sure lots of other people who are actively working to ensure that these people are not just, that their tummies are full, not just to
Yeah.
ensure that, but to ensure that they are healthy and they're having sumptuous meal.
Yeah. So, Rohan, I just wanted to specially mention that there has been a huge support from my family. I mean,
Oh,
when we used to travel to this CST to LTT, my sister-in-law used to come with me. Her name is Neha. So she used to
okay.
come with me to all these places, and both of us used to do all the work together.
Yeah.
And even when I was when we were sending the PPE kits and N95 mask for almost 50 days, 20 times in a day I had to go down where ambulances, police jeeps used to come, and we used to keep continuously giving them the stuff that was required. And there was a huge support from my mother-in-law, my husband, my sister-in-law, and all of them were very supportive, because of which we could do so much.
I'm sure about that. And it's lovely to have support. It's lovely to have someone who not just cares about you, but who's telling you you're doing the right thing and don't
Yes.
stop. You need that
Yeah.
push in life. And
Absolutely.
you are in turn that support to these people, these workers over here. Having said that, did you have any personal encounter with people like these? Did you have any, conversation or something like that with these people?
Yeah, we used to sit and stand there and talk to all of them. We used to speak to the police personnel, the railway police, and it's quite sad, the way the system was working, because the police guys used to tell us that, Madam, आमची 12 तासाची duty hai, and when we work for 12 hours in a day, and most of the times it extends up to 15 to 16 hours, and when we go back home, it's by the time we reach, and we just simply drop almost dead, and the next morning again we have to get up and come
Yeah.
here. So it's quite, and most of them, even the collector's office, the people working with the collector's office, with BMC, all of them had the same story to say, that they had been working continuously without a break, without a Sunday or any holiday from the 9th of April. So, I
Oh,
mean, it really makes you feel that after all, they are also human beings, and
I know.
it
And they're
it's
risking their
really
own life.
taking a toll. Yeah,
They're
it's
risking
really
their own
taking a
life
toll
and
on
their own health. As it is, we see that police don't have holidays. They don't have any occasion, nothing, because it's their duty. That's
them.
how it
Yeah,
is said. And now this situation in which we are being told to remain safe and home and behind the doors and not have any contact. These people are working day and night. They're working hard for us. So it is instrumental that we respect these people. We cooperate with them. Don't get out of the houses. Don't let any police guy or any such person compel you to go home. And if they beat you, if they are scolding you, then you deserve it. That's all I can say.
seriously.
Over here.
Very
Now,
true.
Anjali, what is the current situation? What do you think with regards to your
The
this
feedback that
campaign,
I'm
at the
getting.
same time in general, the status quo, how it
Yeah.
is? What do you think?
So, Rohan, as I said, from yesterday, we have discontinued our work. That's basically because the Supreme Court has directed the state government and the union government to provide food to these migrants. So now we can
Okay.
probably, yeah, breathe easy. And we decided that now we need to stop, because all of us were really getting overworked from all the fronts, because as we all know, we don't have a single bayi at home. So, and we have, by God's grace, we have 3 flats. So, cleaning all of them,
I
cooking, cleaning up
know.
vessels, and then doing this work. So, the moment I would finish my household course, I would go on to this, and then back to that. So, it was taking a huge toll. So, from yesterday, now we got a breather. Last week, I'm seeing it already, because I was really keeping my hands full that day in and day out. So
I
yes,
know.
it was interesting, but now coming to the current situation, it is very sad, because I'm in a group of some few doctors who also own NGOs, and we've collectively done a lot of work in various government hospitals. So, of late we used to get like huge long lists from JJ Hospital, KM Hospital, Nair Hospital, Zan Hospital, and they would require 20 things. Now, my organization could give 2 or 3 things. So then we decided that let's get together. So where 10 NGOs came together, and all of us, there is one Dr. Anand Parihar, Dr. Tushar Shah, Dr. Anjali Chabria, Dr. Shruti, Dr. Nilima Bhamare. So all of us got together, and then, it was so sweet, that we used to just put it up on the group, and they used to say, "Ki, acha, main shields bechti hu." Somebody used to say, "Main goggles deta hu." I used to say, "Okay, I can chip in with N95 masks and hand sanitizers." And the whole thing and we used to fill in the list and send it off to the hospital. It was really amazing. There are such good people around us, and we just have to tap them.
Absolutely. Now, before we stop, I would like to ask you this question for all of us. What can we all do at the moment, according to you?
Well, Rohan, I think now there's nothing much left to do, because migrants have all reached home, and PPE kits now are in a good supply, basically because, why they were in shortage in France and Italy is because those guys don't know how to stitch, and they don't, here Usha ka silai machine is in every second house. So all of them pulled out their stitching machines, and we had plenty of PPE kits all around us. So now all this has definitely gone down. But if you know anybody who needs ration, because this is the 5th stage of lockdown, so all those underprivileged that please chip in a little money, or with little ration. There are farmers who are not getting seeds. I was just talking to a friend of mine called Indavi Tulpule, who is in Murbad. She has been giving bhatachi seeds to all these Adivasi farmers, and the government is giving them 1 bag. So she was to collect and give them the bag so that they could at least get a good harvest. So at least 4 months down the line, they will be at least well off, is what she was saying. And that's the reason all of us should do our little bit. Open your eyes. There are 10 things to do.
Absolutely. Anjali, thanks a lot. Before we actually stop, I would like to tell all of you, you're a trustee of this organization, as you said, of Voice of Indian Taxpayers. So can we still donate? Can we, whatever, give a bit into this organization at the moment?
So, Rohan, at the moment, we don't take donations unnecessarily. So whenever we have an initiative, we put it out in the public domain or on social media. Like we may, in the next month, we may start this farmers initiative. So whenever we come out with an initiative, we'll definitely keep you posted on it.
Great. So we'll be posted, and guys, don't forget to give your bit. Don't forget to be a little considerate towards people who actually need this. And that's it. We have a lot to speak actually, but then we have another guest after this. Anjali, I hope you'll see that session as well with Dr. Vijay, who is suffering from COVID-19 at the moment. Yes. So thanks a lot again for having us. We'll have this session again. Till that time, take care, stay home.
Pleasure was mine. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Guys, we'll be back in 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes break. I'll be live again with Dr. Vijay Pandit. See you.